everyone. My name is Amy Reiner, and I am a parent of a special needs third grader who receives services through the district. I want to thank you.
Before you begin, just know that when you get to 30 seconds, you're going to see this piece of paper in front of you, and when you're done with your 3 minutes, I will let you know, but the 30 seconds will come when you have 30 seconds left.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. I want to thank you guys for your time today, to allowing me to speak passionately about what I'm advocating for today. I am asking the school board's consideration to immediately move the mask mandates to option in school before the OHA deadline of March 19th. I know there are many that may not agree with me, and I understand your concerns. All I ask is that you hear my comment from another perspective, coming from the eyes of a special needs mother. My third grader is on the spectrum of autism and has sensory processing disorder as well as ADHD. He's our gift from God. He's brilliant with his studies, but he struggles from a social engagement and social cues standpoint. We learned that the mask was a major sensory issue for him and stopped masking him as soon as possible. Due to the school board stance of mandating the mask this past school year, it excluded him from full-time face-to-face learning. He would not have been allowed back in school because we would not have made him wear a mask 5 days a week for hours at a time. And unfortunately, there were no doctors writing mask exemptions, not even for the special needs students such as my son. For my child to succeed and grow in a learning environment, he needs to be able to see faces. He needs to be able to show his expression and must be able to interpret and understand people's facial expressions. This is how he learns from a social and emotional standpoint. There have been recent peer-reviewed studies telling us that masking our children is turning out to be more harmful than good. The CDC even reduced the benchmark on how many words should be spoken by a child under the age of 3 from 200 words down to 50. Parents, that should concern us all. Parents and guardians, I say this out of love and respect. It's time we start dealing with our child's mental and emotional health and start advocating for the right to be able to remove the masks. It's causing more harm, and I ask you to stand with me. I ask the board today to drop the mandates and let masking become a choice as soon as possible. Do not wait until the March 19th OHA date. Step forward and take a stance for parent choice. Let parents choose to either mask or unmask their children. Let's move forward with faith rather than fear. Thank you. I yield my time back. Good job. There you go. So beautiful.
Yeah, Brandon will dump them. Oh, where's Brandon? Okay. I was going to put him on top of that black.
Are you going to hold it yourself, or someone going to hold it for you while you do the mask?
Well,
I don't
Are you doing
hear
it?
you.
No, I'm not. Okay.
but I don't see
I
anything
think
yet.
so.
Well, before Keone speaks.
Open out. We need
Just
it.
plan it, just get the plan.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I don't know, it's
They've
saying
got
you were next, but then it says Keone's next.
After me, but.
Alright, now can you hear me? Okay. Hello, thank you for the work you do for the district. My name is Keone McCone, and I'm a Happy Valley resident with 2 children in the district. I spoke a few weeks ago about masking kids in PE while they don't have to wear them for sports. I would like to follow up on this case where kids are still being forced to wear masks. I spoke with a representative from Clackamas County Public Health and discussed the language that says kids don't need masks in PE while doing water sports or water activities or sports at any level. She said basically that it would seem to reason, and based off the intent of the policies, was that kids don't have to wear masks in PE. I emailed the principal and PE teacher at our child's elementary school with the excerpts of the policies, the name and the number of the public health representative, and a link to the county website that had the full policy. The principal emailed me back saying they will do what the OHA allows, which was interpreted as kids wear masks in PE. Let me quote what is on the ODE OHA Ready Schools document on page 2, paragraph 3. Quote, the vast majority of health and safety measures in this resiliency framework are advisory and are offered to schools to support successful full-time in-person instruction for the 21-22 school year. Where this framework does not require a specific action by a school district, a district may choose whether to consider or implement advisory information or recommendations, unquote. When I read the email from my child's principal, I thought to myself that inaction was lazy, not to at least call county public health, and was a lack of advocacy for the students. Then I also thought that maybe employees have become so scared to question the state and Big Brother due to people allowing it to have too much power. I wonder if there has evolved into a top-down power dynamic and lack of shared governance and ability to have local control. This has been supported by SB 1521 to where checks and balances are disappearing. This prompted me to notify parents that Oregon Health Authority has no authority over our children by standing with a sign stating that while off school property, I had one person who looked to be of employee age cuss at me, as well as a parent along with the son who cussed at me too while flipping me the middle finger. It amazes me that's the response for advocating for parental rights against the state and Big Brother. A school security personnel also came off school property to look at my sign and meander around me, which made me wonder what the intent was. I doubt it was for my safety, since he had no response for those who had swear words for me. I find this treatment interesting towards a taxpayer and parent of kids in the district. I would also like to point out that federal judges have ruled across the U.S. that mask and vaccine mandates are unconstitutional as put forth due to the lack of legislative process like the implementation done here in Oregon. Thank you for your time.
You might have the most words in ever.
I know.
That was
Good
good.
job.
That was
Very
good.